All right,
What?
so it says we are live. Let me check it out on YouTube. What's good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? This is the science fair with Kid Yo and Mr. Composition. Bloop, bloop. Oh, it looks
We're
like
back.
we live. So it says we are live. Okay, yep, we are official. We are
Okay. Oh, let me
official.
share that too. Where can I
Yeah,
share
let
that
me
too?
share that on my community tab. Let's see. Share, create post. We live.
Oh, I see it right there. Let me switch accounts. Oh yeah, that'd be better.
Oh,
Science fair number 4 in the building.
oh man, and it's a jump. The last time
2
you
weeks,
you
about
did
well, a
it,
week and a half.
yeah, you just had your wedding. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
So here's one
Hey,
thing.
Preezy was a groomsman.
Yeah, that shit was
So
dope.
check out those pictures. It's gonna
Right?
flabbergast you.
It was my first time in a tuxedo. It was dope. But I was gonna say, since we're at the science fair, was there any random tech innovations or anything you thought that could have made the wedding just the like if there was something either that does exist or doesn't exist that you think would have been like, oh, this would be dope at weddings. Like
Not specifically. I mean, it got me into the just the production of a wedding. I definitely would love to do some more weddings. So if anyone needs a wedding planner, hit me up because now I'm ready. I'm adding that to my professional portfolio. I'm gonna just book all the people, make it nice. But the only thing that would have been that I didn't get around to that would have been a great technology is I was gonna book one person, and you'll understand this, one person just to set up a table. And they were just going to manage, the gifts and everybody who comes in, the guest book, just to say hello to everyone like that. And then I would have booked one other person just to run the show as a director. Not a full wedding planner, because wedding planners try to take a little bit too much money. And like, I don't need you to plan things for me. I can plan it, but the day of, I'm probably gonna be busy.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna want to hit the micro stages the way that I usually would. So someone who I can just, and I basically had that with
Jay Alejandro, right?
Jay Alejandro as MC, but even one more person would have made it perfect just to run the whole thing. As a director would have been perfect. But other than that, there's no tech I could think of. I mean, that would probably open up a bunch of different tech that we could get into, but yeah.
No, that I mean, freaking! I just they starting to drop the new Black Clover chapter leaks. It's getting gangster. It's getting gangster. I was sitting up there because they made Black Clover as far as the chapters go from weekly to quarterly. So we get like 3 chapters every 3 months. And so now we're getting a new round of chapters. And these is fire. These is fire. And here's the thing. Like I think about leaks and spoilers. I think that I get it, in Japan and, people want to, drop it when they want to drop it and different things like that. But when I see leaks and spoilers from the fan point of view, and when I go on YouTube or I go on Twitter and TikTok and different things like that, it makes these things go crazy. So to me, I get it from the mangaka standpoint, but I would also be the one that's in these chats anonymous, just like throwing random stuff out there, like, yo, what if, this, and this happened, and just see what people, think. I personally love looking at that, but I can also see how there may be a pressure to try to formulate the story that you have in your head to fit the finicky fans. They aren't the author. They don't know, they don't know what goes into storytelling to the point outside of their
if it's
fan
me,
perspective.
If it's me, I'm completely ignoring the fans. I don't care what y'all say. Unless the thing is, sometimes fans have really good ideas.
They do.
And then you get inspired. You'll be like, oh, okay,
right?
wait a second. This guy been studying more than me.
Right? No, there do be those though, because there will be
real.
some like even some fan fiction, where it's just all like, damn, why did they?
It happens all the time. Like, me with the hoverboard stuff, like I honestly feel like literally, and for anyone not knowing what's going on, it's just that like I got a bunch of followers and stuff like that on like TikTok and stuff like that with this hoverboard theme experiment that I'm doing. And I'm like, there's no way I would have done it if it wasn't for the people hyping it up since the very beginning. Because I would have posted like 3 sets of it and I would have moved on. But it's like when people start giving you that feedback, you get a lot of good vibes. And to add to that, like Travis Barker, the current drummer of Blink-182, he showed up to the show one day as a fan.
Oh,
and
wow.
He left as the drummer. So it's just like, yo, just because you're a fan, there's not really that big of a separation. Yeah, like if you're all about the vibes, you might have something to contribute and freaking launch off from there if you don't launch your own thing already. But
right,
because fans really sometimes they be diving deeper.
They do, because they also have a disconnection where as the artist we can be really attached to something, to where we're not able to see things from a different perspective, where the fan, they're coming at it like, oh, you know what, like going through as the fan, like there is, the good and bad as far as aspect of it, but I feel like more authors should be in the community of their fan base more. I know the anime and manga community can be toxic as F with certain fan bases. It's just all like, yo, they're pretty freaking.
And I'm sure they do though. I'm sure they pay attention to like 1 or 2 sources, whatever that is over there. Like, because you even see it like when they're writing about it. It's like they're aware because they include it in their stories and stuff like that. So it's like they know that the fans are checking out. They hear what they're saying. Because it's dope, the audience stuff. All right, let's go into a couple more stories. We into the science fair.
Boom.
Usually I do our videos last. Should we do them first? Switch it up?
we could do it in the middle. Okay. We'll do like a round or 2 of some articles each. And then
I just got some random stuff from Gemini, Google's AI. I said, you know me by now, Gemini. You know what I'm up to, young baby girl. Just give me some of your top 10s from the science, gaming, media, everything like that. Okay, I'll let you go first.
Okay, so there's a couple. I'll say this one from Popular Mechanics. A paradigm shift in RAM is about to make computing unstoppable. Scientists unlock the secret to blazing fast memory. Here's what you'll learn when you read this story. Every computer needs random access memory, RAM, for an operating system's temporary storage, and there's many ways to achieve this. Need for memory speed. One of the leading methods is magnetization memory, which is both ultra fast and non-volatile, meaning it retains data even if power supply is turned off. Now, a new discovery that analyzes how light interacts with magnets can make MRAM even better than ever before. And hey, magnets. Look, I have been on a thing about magnets for a minute. Ever since I was little, I'm just like, yo, magnets are going to be some like crazy freak. Because to me, it's just always fascinating how you put it that force that happens like when it's the opposite.
It's funny. I saw this meme recently. They were like, every man knows at his heart that magnets are the solution to everything.
Right, exactly. Hey, look, they just freaking said it. Look, this is what they said. They said that let's see, now a breakthrough discovered by scientists at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem has illustrated how a mechanism in a laser beam can control the magnetic state in solids, which the scientists describe as a paradigm shift in our understanding of the behavior between light and magnetic materials.
See, I didn't understand that completely. Plus, I missed. Wait, say that for the first part of that again.
So what they did is, So, a breakthrough discovered by scientists at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem
Okay.
has illustrated how a mechanism in a laser beam can control the magnetic state in solids, which
Mm.
the scientists describe as a paradigm shift in our understanding of the behavior between light and magnetic material. And why this is important as far as the RAM is concerned is RAM works by using an incredibly tiny electromagnetic that, once magnetized with voltage, can encode as on or off ones and zeros in binary speak. This breakthrough analyzes the often overlooked magnetic properties of light, which led the research team to discover that rapidly oscillating light waves can control magnets.
Okay. That's interesting. So to me, I'm seeing, all right, just way faster RAM. That's really, really cool because light, is photons are the force carriers of electromagnetism, which is just electricity and magnetism. That light is that things that communicates. Uh, so that's pretty. That I mean, it makes sense. It all makes sense. I think it's interesting. I think we forget. We always think that. That's why I'm just like. Anyway, we always forget that there are more breakthroughs on the way.
Yeah.
That it's like I know we figured some things out, but honestly, barely anything. Like, yeah,
Right.
we've glimpsed some stuff. We don't know anything though. I mean, come on. Like, I mean, we know more than we used to.
Oh yeah. And see, the
But
thing is
yeah.
that the with that, I'm just all like, okay, if they're doing this, and once they
Mhm.
start to figure out and put that in computers, it's like
Mm.
the app. It's like, okay, they're already doing quantum computing and everything. Obviously, we're getting going to a point where information's being. It's all the fact that we're already here is dope, but the fact that information and data and speed of processing is going to be even moving faster, basically light speed.
Mhm.
If what I'm understanding is their interaction with light and magnetism, and they really haven't, they said it was often overlooked,
Mhm.
so them looking at this now and finding this out and being able to put that as far as like for the RAMs in the computer, that's
Mhm.
just RAMs with the computer. What other things that have magnetism and
Mhm.
that light interaction and what that's going to do, whether that may be even able to create some type of way of powering a car, not just like an electric car, but we're talking about a car that may be able to operate with a magnetic type of thing, like
Yeah, it's crazy that you even say that because yeah, it's true. I mean, you think about solar power. It's like we have a version of solar power right now. I don't actually even remember exactly how it works, but what are I don't know, photovoltaic cells. I think it's basically just getting heat from the sun and then whatever. But imagine if you could use the light from the freaking sun, also to just like do some sort of magnetic oscillation or something like that. You have these little mini light generator because I saw another one that I didn't pull up any link for this show, but I saw this other one. This dude made these solar panels that apparently work at any time of the day or something like that.
oh dang, so
But
you
anyway,
got
it's
the
right up
moon and the sunlight.
because I've been looking at a lot of stuff when people are talking about generators, free energy, all this stuff. The thing of it is life isn't that mysterious. Like energy comes from pretty obvious sources. Yes, you can do certain things chemically. That's what we have right now, chemical rockets. But it still takes a lot of organization because you have to get all of this one chemical plus
Yeah.
all of this other chemical, and then you got to contain it, and then you got to have something that can focus it, then you got to light it on fire. That's why chemical rockets, which is our current paradigm, are very limited. It's nothing like the sci-fi that you see in like Star Trek. You're not hovering on rockets because that would just take a ridiculous amount of fuel.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't even make sense. But so it's like, okay, where is the energy going to come from? the biggest, best, most gorgeous source of energy that you could ever imagine is plopped right there, and it's been powering everything forever, and it's called the sun.
Right.
So if we can find a way to use more of that light way better, like the trees are doing a great job. Maybe we
Right.
can learn more from them, and what are those things called? Chlora chloroplasts or whatever, the things that take the sunlight. But yeah, it's very interesting. And even we, when we saw KT the arch degree in was it Dallas? I guess
Dallas.
it was Dallas. Okay, yeah. He was talking about, if humans could use like the plants to use sunlight, that'd be interesting. So this is kind of like a breakthrough in that direction. Got the light affecting, I didn't even think about that, light being able to, because that's what light does anyway. Magnetism is mediated by photons already.
Yeah.
So though that's the force carrier. So it's like when something is attracted to each other, it's photons making that attraction happening. I don't really understand it, to be honest, but it's photons that are doing that. So it's like, yeah, I guess technically with a light, then you should be able to. It's just different. It's a much lower frequency, I believe, of light. But anyway,
No,
higher
that, yeah.
energy.
No, that's my first article. What you got? What you got on your end?
All right, let me see what's going down. First thing that comes up is obvious: generative AI. We could definitely talk about that, and creative media. The intersection of advanced AI models like language and image generators with creative fields. This includes AI-assisted writing for books, manga, AI-driven character generation in games, and the ethical legal debates surrounding AI art and intellectual property in anime media industries. I don't know if we've talked about that directly.
No, we haven't.
On this podcast.
Showed like some of the Sora stuff, but we haven't got into that.
Yeah. It's obviously, for me, I'm what they would call in the stock market bullish. I think that you should completely go all out, and there are no barriers. I don't care about the artists. I don't care about you guys. Not a single one of you do I care about. I don't care about the singers. I don't care about nothing, because it's not about that. I have to, it's a completely different thing. It's like, oh, we're taking work away from artists. That's never been part of the stuff. If you're able to use AI to make some art or something like that, and you're able to sell it, you're not taking, I don't know, it's just not related. That's a creative ability. I think, whatever you can use AI to do. And one thing is, I don't even think AI is as good as real artists. It's like, you're not going to have AI make the painting that a real painter could make. It's not going to happen. It doesn't even get close. At best, I think AI right now is operating at like a ninth grade level of capacity, maybe senior in high school, but like not like a serious senior, like a regular. I skip
I skip and smoke weed on the freaking. Go to Taco Bell and get some tacos.
Because a serious high school student can do some crazy stuff. But yeah, I think but I think AI can help you round out projects. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a book that you wrote and you want to have a cover on it, or if you have a really cool idea and you want to have AI write on it or make something, but it takes the human addition to make it dope. AI is not doing anything by itself, definitely. It's always a human being who's doing it. And people always like to do this with every generation. And me, I think I used to do it more, and I'm trying to just erase that from my own mind. Like same thing with DJing. It's like people want to judge DJs on how much are you really doing music, and some singers judge other singers. It's like Coldplay is a really great band, but if you talk to like an opera singer, they don't consider like regular pop bands to be singers because they're not trained.
Or even music. There's people who think that hip hop isn't a type of music at all.
Exactly.
And it is one of those things
it doesn't matter. You have to realize that's fine to believe in a sort of esoteric kind of like conversational way, but this is other people's lives, and this is how other people are talking to other people, so they don't care.
Yeah,
what you're on, like. And as an artist, if I use a tool to help me communicate, I think AI especially is way overhyped because people haven't been outside enough in the last 7 years. But it's just
yeah.
another tool.
Yeah, and I think about it the same way. The way that I see it is that you're right. The AI is not going to do it's not going to do what humans are able to do. And that's one of the things that I noticed. But that's me looking at it from an artist lens, which isn't the majority of people. So when I look at it from a business lens, as far as
Hmm.
looking at how people are interacting with AI, to the majority of people, they don't care. It's just something dope because people, the human, decided that with the AI, they're going to do something dope with it, thus gaining them attention. That's why these Sora videos are doing what it is that they're doing, because the human said, be interested. What if I had Michael Jackson steal some chicken? Da, 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 da. That is bringing value because it's one of the pillars of value, which is entertaining. The
I haven't
AI,
seen the Michael Jackson stealing the
that
chicken.
that shit is hilarious. It looks real as fuck. It's so funny. It looks like a straight up vlog,
That's hilarious.
But are there things that worry me? Yes, because I look at human patterns and I look
I don't
at.
even believe you. What's worrying you?
Well, look, the what I'm looking at is there of people that get
Oh, like
set
real
up.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
people
yeah.
that get set up because it is able to replicate ring footage. It is
The
able
only
to
the only thing I say
replicate.
about that is it's like, okay, where's the dude who got set up? Photoshop's been around for like 20 years.
That's very true. That's very true. Now, but the thing is that we're getting
Because
straight up
I think
footage.
we underestimate human beings. Yes, you see
Yeah.
the video, but you also understand. Just like when someone tells you something like, "Oh, you, your car's being stolen," someone can come up and be really great acting, but as a rational human, you've been around enough people to be like, "This broke niggas."
Okay, so then that brings up something I did see last week, which was very,
Yeah.
very interesting. Was this woman got arrested because there's this thing going around on TikTok, the homeless man in your home prank. And so
Hmm.
basically, AI would generate a homeless man on your couch. And so what
Hmm.
she did was she sent it to her husband. Her
Hmm.
husband freaked out, called the cops. The cops got there. She ended up getting charged because, again, that's a waste of resources. Now, some people may say, well, it's the husband that called. Well, you have to look at why the husband called. If he's
Yeah,
receiving
yeah.
something. Now, of course, in art, and the way me and you may think is like, okay, dude, like there was no other steps or anything you can
Yeah,
look
yeah,
to
no.
be
The
like,
husband's acting crazy. Someone sent you a video. So obviously they're not in danger. They sent a video.
right.
So you could be upset and think your wife's cheating on you, and then that's why you called, so you got her arrested on purpose.
Well, no,
But I
no,
don't
no, no.
think.
It was she got arrested because the resources that was wasted for her prank.
Mhm.
So that
The thing is,
and
that doesn't even really make sense though, because I'm just like, she sent a prank to somebody else. Why would she get arrested? I don't see how that holds up in
it
court.
it
But
it because there's actually been several things in different states.
mhm,
Now, of course, state to state it's different, and that's where it in different places it cannot stick. But in some
yeah,
places, it's because of the
I don't
resources
know
that
the yeah.
was,
I'm not
used.
I'm not a lawyer. I don't, but I know that was happening back in the day. That's why your parents told you, yo, don't call 911. And I've been telling
Yeah.
people not to do pranks. You don't need to be doing any type of prank to nobody. Any
Right?
type of, I don't know why people think pranks even make, most pranks I think are over the line. It's just that people aren't getting caught. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're doing illegal stuff. You're just not getting
People
caught. You don't need
people
to do that.
people don't, well, the thing is they don't care. Attention at this
Hmm.
point is way more important to them than any rules of
To some
anything.
people, yeah, if you're broke and you have no home training, you'll try anything. I understand. But guess what? There's a reason why the rest of civilized society is not doing what you're doing, which
Right.
is it has consequences.
Right.
So,
And someone will find out. Like you hear some of these pranks where people are getting shot because they're knocking on people's door at 3 a.m. It's like, who raised you to think that that was gonna turn out good for anybody involved? Like you're going to somebody's, but that's the only thing with AI that worries me, is because I know not everybody is wrapped too tight, and some
yeah.
of these it boils over. Of course, I feel like things are gonna correct itself, but we are at the point where things are gonna get strange. I'm starting to notice more and more, and not that I have an issue with that. I think it's more so that I can just notice it. But I'm noticing a lot more bigger companies that are just straight up using AI. I'm just like, oh, they use Sora. It's the style, it's the way, like certain hue. Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh no. Wasn't
Okay.
talking.
But yeah, it's the style, it's the way that, and I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. So what creators have to understand is if these multi-million billion-dollar businesses are already now investing in it as far as to get the stuff out there, at some point you have to figure out, well, you don't have to do anything, but I think that as far as you being able to excel and to actually make noise in the creative world, you're going to have to figure out where AI can help you.
Oh
Like
yeah.
straight up disregarded it and just being like, oh, this is the mark of the devil and da 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 da.
The thing is, it's not even AI. Like you're just being old. I hate to say it, and nobody cares. You can get old if you want to, but there's no such thing as AI. I hate to tell it to you. I know you might have seen Terminator or whatever like that. It doesn't exist. Okay. What we have currently right now are like a couple of different software. It's like the language models so that it can help you search the internet and talk to you like it's a human, and then the image generation, whatever. But it's like, yeah, it doesn't. Whatever you do, keep doing it. And everyone's going to use it for different things, because like if you're not a writer, you're not using it for writing. If you are a
Yeah.
writer, you are. If you're not if you're an obstetrician, I don't even know what that I don't even know what that means actually, but I know it's some kind of doctor. It was I don't know, a doctor of something. But if you're a freaking carpenter or whatever, you might use it to help you use some, I don't know. It's the same thing as every other computer technology that's ever been out, or any technology in general. There's some monkeys that use sticks, some don't. I'm sure they judge each other. I'm sure one of the monkeys is like, oh, that guy is a
But
freaking stick grabber.
you brought up
I suck the grub straight off the ground. But this guy loves to hit him with sticks. He's weird. That's why.
No, you brought up a good
I don't really
point
vibe with
that
them.
I feel like a lot of people, when they get into the AI talk, and they forget, like you had said, that Photoshop has been around. Yes, I think people forget that certain technologies have already exist. Photo manipulation is already exist. People being able to do some wild stuff that isn't you and put you on, things. Now
Oh yeah.
there are legal ramification, which is where the deep fake laws come into play. I've been seeing a
Yeah.
lot more of those,
Because
come
it's the
about.
same image. You can't,
Mhm.
California just made it illegal to even have AI actors or whatever. And I think, yeah, there's going to be all types of stuff like that, because that's somebody else's creation. You can't make something that somebody else made with AI and then it's still copyrighted. It doesn't matter how you make it if it's
Yeah,
not yours.
exactly. Exactly.
You're violating the copyright. So that's just what it is.
Right. No,
But
it's true, and but we're going to see a lot more. There's going, like in the Matrix, they talked about like the origin. It might have been like the Matrix, the Animatrix or whatever, when they was getting
mhm.
to, they was talking about where kind of things had started, and it got to a point where the AI and robots started to want rights, and different things like that. And what's interesting is I always look at it as how far humans are going to take things. And I think that I think that we're going to be at a point that isn't so far off as that, as far as robots, AI is starting to have rights in different things like that. Due to the fact
Yeah,
that I think
I'm sure
that
somebody will bring it up.
yeah, I don't think anytime like exactly soon, but when I
The only
say
thing
soon,
that I think it's going to take a long time for is for there to be a robot that is in any way self-sufficient, because it's just like for it to be really smart, it's going to need to be plugged in for a long time, because that stuff
well,
just takes a lot of energy. So it's like, how do
we're
you give rights to something that can't even
we're getting
get
very
me?
close. Have you been
It's
seeing a
true.
lot of these freaking robots? We saw the breakdancer robot
Actually,
and shit like in
that's true.
the
Yeah, you can. Yeah, yeah, and they could do their computing in the cloud too. I didn't even think about that. So they could just be thinking,
So that's why when I see things, I'm just like, okay, we already got ChatGPT and other AIs that are able to flow, have these conversations. Now, and what we've been developing, what's crazy is we've been developing, I would say, if we look at things in this way, I think we've been developing the body, which is where we've been getting these particular type of robots. And now we're at a point where we're developing a mind,
mm-hmm.
and consciousness. And we're getting to a
Yeah,
point
yeah,
where those two are going to combine and maneuver
yeah,
as such. But again, this is as much as the humans give it capability to do. I'm just like, don't allow it to do
yeah.
some crazy shit. But they're just all
I,
like,
I
I wonder if like
I really don't think it's gonna be a really long time before a robot wants to do anything. I think it's gonna
yeah,
be programs for a really, 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 really long time, because the want is a very complex thing. I think human beings, we really underestimate just like our consciousness to a certain degree, and like the full capacity of it. Like motivation is such a complex thing to think about. Like to truly have motivation and to be motivated to do something, it takes
right.
so many poetic concepts at such a fast rate that I think it's gonna be a very long time before it's worth it for a computer to even have motivation. It's like, what's the benefit for you?
Yeah, exactly. Because
I
you
think for
can
us,
the
yeah,
inspiration and the motivation, I think, is interesting in two different things. I think a lot
yeah,
of people do get inspired, and I think that a lot of people do get motivated. But I think
mhm,
that very few are able to take those and actually use it to energize them to actually do something. You're right. It takes several like
oh
common
yeah,
like several things to make a person want to
yeah.
actually like move to make the thing happen. It's just all like, I mean, I could, but
I have theories on it. Like, let me take a quick hiatus if you don't mind. I'll be
oh
right back.
yeah, gotcha. All right, guys and gals, y'all tuned in. Y'all tuned in. We just getting started. Just to give y'all a little recap of what we've been going on. So we was talking about the wedding that Kid Yo just had, which was fire. Went into this article as far as this RAM that was being created, and then Kenyo brought up as far as what different things that are going on with AI right now, and as far as the legalities and things and stuff like that. So it's really, really dope. It's really, really dope. We just getting things started. Not really started. We're over 30 minutes in. So not necessarily get started. I would say this is probably like the mid cap. So when he comes back, I think to go along with this, we may watch a video, um, because one of them I think is super along this point as far as AI and robots and different things we're gonna that is capable at this point. And then I have an article that kind of goes on that point as well. And oh, we talked about Black Clover. We throw some anime and manga in there. I'm a big Black Clover fan, which is super fire. Super fire. But yeah, no, I thank y'all for tuning in. It is super dope. Let me mute. All right, y'all. But yeah, no, we up in the spot. We up in the spot. Let me think of what I got going on. So, if you haven't already, you can definitely check out my music at mrcomposition.bandcamp.com. Check out my latest album, Tame Chaos. Also, the books that I have already out, Ideas of Illusion, the most random manga ever, volume 1, which has I think 11 chapters, and it's either 10 or 11 chapters or issues, and it's got one issue of a comic that I created called 11-Bit Castle. So that's dope. That's dope. And then I'm working on finishing up Digging in the Midnight Garden. So I think I hear, oh, there he goes. There he goes. Blip, 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 blip. He's back. We up in the spot, the science fur. I know clipping this out is gonna be freaking hilarious. It's just funny if there's a random person comes in and I'm just like breaking it down like that on the live stream. Just a breakdance composition. What? Yeah. Shout out to the one person chilling. I don't know if we got any comments. Let me see. Nope, not yet. But shout out to y'all. When y'all do drop a comment, we'll have them on here for y'all to see. Yeah. And if you're looking as far as live, just coming through, you can drop a super chat. You know, all of the great things. Make sure to check out Kenyo at his websites. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, 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 boom, 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 bing, 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 boom, boom, boom. So what y'all up to? What y'all up to? If you're tuning in, let me know what you up to in the comments. Or what part you've come in at. Because this is live. I know people will be coming in and out. I saw I got to 3, you know. So being up, he's back.
Yeah, you're
So I figured
8-minute hiatus.
I figured
too long.
This would be dope to transition to one of the videos. The video of that. I don't know if it's like it's a robot of some sort. So I think that this would be cool to transition to us reacting to that one.
All right. Let me pull it up. Yeah. Actually, this thing is so cool. It lets me share tabs, so I don't even have to search around.
Oh, that's gangster.
The robot. There was. Oh yeah, the robot. Okay. Yeah. That's this one.
And I got an article too that's talking about that goes along with this specific topic as far as the AI robots and stuff like that.
I
But
was
this
ready to play.
is a hydrogen powered riding robot.
Crazy stuff. All right, let's see.
Wait, is that a robot horse? Kawasaki just revealed Corleo, and it's changing everything about off-road rides. Traditional vehicles, they struggle with this, but Corleo, it just walks.
Wow.
4 AI-powered
What the
legs, hydrogen engine, and
these
it
people are
jumps?
lying.
This isn't a dream,
What?
people. Hydrogen power, body movement control, and a HUD that's straight out of sci-fi. Future release?
Now, how
Maybe
come they only have
2050.
3D renderings?
But can you put a price on this? Hit subscribe for more wild tech like this.
Nah.
What do you think? Robot horse? Yes or no?
Heck no.
Wait, is that a
He
robot
said,
horse?
"Heck no."
Heck no. I mean, actually, it makes a lot of sense, to be honest, because I'm like, the main thing that you would need to have go down is it would just need to be smart enough to absorb all of the pressure impacts to your body.
Yeah,
So it's like, I don't mind you jostling, but I don't want to feel the jostle.
yeah, exactly.
So you need the right programming to make it a smooth ride for me, which I feel like definitely by 2050 they'll be able to. They could probably do it now, honestly, if they really needed to. But does it really make sense? I don't know. I think that it makes sense for animals, but I think for humans you could probably maybe for like really rough terrain, I guess. But I don't know I don't know.
And
But I
see,
think a system with wheels could be better easily.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Especially for this, I feel like this is for a time period or something that doesn't exist right now. Like this reminds me
Yeah.
of something in like an anime or something like that they would
Yeah.
need in some wild world where
Yeah, because
like
you know
Avatar.
yeah, and the animals have the intellect to manage the situations.
Yeah,
It's not like we're acting like they're super dumb or something like that. It's like, as a human being, you probably don't have the reflexes to know when to jump. So you're gonna die. Like, I don't think some of this stuff is not gonna work out for you. You don't know how to balance, you don't know how to like gauge certain situations unless the AI is like out of this world when it comes to like scanning and analyzing and environmental data, which I don't even see how it could be in the best case sense. I mean, because it's like this, the visual sensors would have to be ridiculous. You know,
well, I mean, think about this.
so-
We do have Google Maps currently.
it's
if
yeah.
it's
Think about that
something-
though. I mean, Teslas can drive, but like barely, bro. Like
Yeah,
I
I've
mean-
heard some crazy stuff with that.
they're definitely not going to be able to tell the difference. And the roads are standard, right? So they're all
Yeah.
the same and they're all made out of like concrete. But you're going to go out here, something could be softer than it looks.
Yeah.
Something could be, a bush could be something else entirely. I mean, eventually, I guess if you had like certain scans and stuff like that and like are just a really good intellect basis, but some of this stuff is just ridiculous.
Yeah. So this would definitely be under the technology of like irrelevant for right now.
Right.
No, that gets me to this one article on interest in engineering. So this one, this is interestinengineering.com. So how China built a humanoid robot that's cheaper than your phone. The startup costs through in-house hardware design, lightweight material, and a fully domestic supply chain. So Chinese startup Neotex Robotics is challenging assumptions about what humanoid robots should cost. First off, a nearly 300 million RMB or 41 million US pre-B funding round led by Vortex Ventures. The company has revealed how it engineered its consumer robot Boomy to sell for just around $1,300.
Uh,
So what I'll do is I'll send you this article on Instagram if you want to pull it up, because it shows what the robot looks like. But yeah, this is pretty much like where we're going. You know, do I see I mean, people definitely will have everyday use as far as, a cleaner robot or something like that. But I don't know. I think there's a lot more that we need to unlock as humans. And I don't know if the answer is getting rid of certain things that I think that in its core does more for us than not. Like, I know
Mm-hmm.
people that are just like, man, I don't got time to clean, or I don't got time to do X, Y, and Z. It's like,
Uh-huh.
well, maybe you should make time for it.
Right, right, right.
Like versus trying to get a robot to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Yeah. I think especially because those decisions are just too hard to make. I do think there will be stuff that can like pick up your clothes and put them away and put all the stuff away in your house. I think it's gonna be that's actually something that I'm kind of interested in building. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know when it's gonna be because it takes a lot of work. I think at the end of the day, you'll still have to do the work of figuring out why things aren't organized because you're gonna have to tell the robots what to do. And sometimes we just haven't thought about certain stuff, and it's like you have to know where your shirt's gonna go. Do you have a place for your shirts? Because if you don't have a place, a robot can't. The same thing with AI. It's like robot can't, it can't completely help you run your day. Like what we all want is for like the robot to wake us up in the morning and be like, "Hello, sir. I've analyzed your day and some incoming messages and plotted a route for you. It's time to be up now. Let me." And that'll probably happen actually.
We're very close to at least the technology, not the physical aspect of it, but as far as like within our phones with Siri or different things, you're able like that aspect is very,
I think
very close.
And I think the problem with that is like when it comes to the obvious stuff, we all know, but that's not the reality of the human experience. The problem is that there's a lot of creativity, there's a lot of empowerment in your own day where it's just like, okay, I have to figure out what is important for me to do, not just
Yeah.
like if it's stuff on the schedule, I would know what to do. Like, oh, I got a meeting, I'm getting paid for this, I'm getting paid for that. Those days are the easiest days anyway. It's like if you want a
Right.
robot to help you do that, fine, whatever. But it's not gonna help you freaking figure out how to be a human and like figure out what you want to do with your life and stuff like that. But
Right.
I like it though. I like it. If I could afford one, I think things really do come down to, and then they teach you in economics, like what do I need it for? If
Yeah.
you can make stuff that people need, they will definitely buy it. Some people have money, just like in Rocky, the movie. He bought the freaking robot for his house just because he had the money. So I'm sure tons of people have robots out here already. They've been having robots. If you could just play around, but you're gonna have to make them do something. Like that's why the Roomba is
Yeah.
probably so dope. It's like, oh, okay, a lot of people can figure that out. This robot's gonna vacuum for me. I'm sure it didn't work out a bunch of times though. People were like, oh, my floor is too bumpy. He can't go upstairs. But we saw that one in the last episode who could go upstairs. So they
That was
fixing stuff.
wild. That was wild.
They fixing stuff. All right, let me see if I have another one. I made it make me 10 Gemini, but I'll just go into the next one. Immersive reality and the metaverse. We already did that last time. But all that stuff is cool. The metaverse stuff, I'm excited for it, honestly. The glasses, I want the glasses.
Those
Funnily
freaking
enough,
Ray-Bans.
Danielle asked me again. She was like, "Oh, do you want the glass?" I feel like she's gonna buy them for me as a gift, which would be amazing because you guys will see nonstop vlogs coming out. I'm just gonna be recording all day and just have a team be like, "Yo, just chop this up."
Right.
Post. But climate fiction and eco-tech narratives. That's interesting. Stories across books, anime, and manga that explore climate change, ecological collapse, and solutions through innovative science and technology, reflecting real-world concerns about sustainability, renewable energy, and geoengineering. And then I saw another post from the Greta Thunberg girl, talking about how older people need to be afraid. It is kind of interesting, like the because storytelling I think is the most effective communicator, and climate change is something that really has to be communicated, because like you would think everyone would just get it, but it doesn't seem to work
Most
like that.
people are going about their main thing with climate is, what is the temperature of the day? Is it going to
Yeah,
be raining or snowing? That's about it.
yeah,
Meteorologists are actually pretty freaking fire. Like,
yeah. For real, for real, for real, for real. Um, man, but it's like even controversial to talk about a bunch of this stuff. So it's like it's kind of interesting. Okay, let me grab a couple more because see what we can smash in here. Neuroscience and brain computer interfaces, the science progress in BCIs. Oh, brain computer interfaces. So I guess that's like Neuralink.
mm,
And BCIs and Neuralinks often mirrored in sci-fi stories, gaming, anime. Psychopass. Did you see Psychopass at all?
no, no.
Okay, it's an anime. And I don't really remember how it works, but I think it was like this kind of utopia where in the future everybody's mind was like hooked up to this system, and these like robots could detect if you were having like a psychotic break and you were about to do something crazy. And then there was like a certain kind of detectives that would like go after you, but then there was this one supervillain who had like ultimate non-existent brainwave power or something.
Oh,
But anyway.
what? Oh, shit.
But exploring themes of telepathy, memory manipulation, and the merging of human and machine. What do you think about the Neuralinks?
So, oof, man, I don't like as far as something being implanted, but I am curious about the things that are able to attach. So I'm not, as far as like if it's a glove that can be able to, with my senses as far as like that and the electromagnetics from my hands to trigger the same thing as far as with my like
Yeah,
mine if there was like a hat type of thing. But as far as implants, nah, I'm not down.
yeah,
But yes, things like that, as far as being able to move things, as far as like by it sending the neural waves, as far as electromagnetics from your brain to a piece of technology to where you're able to, move things like that or interact or make the ship, or something, move as far as with that. The thing is, how much of that is necessary for now or even in the next 50 to 100 years. Now, if we're using it for something, say somebody's brain had some type of damage to where a piece of their body couldn't move, as far as like there was something with the routing of their brain and their arm can't move or something like that and they're paralyzed. Now if you're able to use some type of neuro type of technology that is able to send the signals that allows for the person to move that paralyzed thing and kind of like bypass the mind, I think that would be really really cool. But as far as like implants, nah, I ain't getting no, because there's so much room, and there's room for the what I'm talking about for there to be things that wrong, like it could circuit and maybe zap your brain or something like that. But I feel like with the implant, man, I don't know. That's just I'm not a big fan of the implants, but the technology around that, and just with the mind and electromagnetic. Heck, there may be something as far as what we mentioned with the magnets earlier and light and things like that, and maybe that might be put into the conversation as far as creating technology around that. So I'm thinking like magnets, lights, the electromagnetic field that the body gives off, and different things like that. I think technology around that would be dope. But yeah, no implants, no implants. And if y'all just tuning in, what's good with you? I see some viewers, so drop some comments. This is the Science Fair with Mr. Composition and Ken Yo. So we do some rapid fire technology, subjects that are going on right now. But yeah, what's your thoughts on it, Kid Yo, as far as though that? Neuralink and things like that.
I'm gonna have to watch back for the part of what you said that I missed, but yeah, no, I'm entirely against all of it. Anything on the outside is fine. I feel like
Yeah.
you have access to my eyes, you have access to my hands, my body's here. I really don't even want anything that's reading my mind. I think that's too much.
Yeah, I don't want nothing that can read. I think what I was saying is if there was a technology that for like a paralyzed limb that
Oh yeah, I heard that
is
part. Yeah.
a yeah, so something like that I think would be super super dope. Um but yeah,
Even
anything
that, I
that
feel like you should be able to do through the nervous system. I mean, unless it's like you try to do somebody's whole body, like they ain't got no body part. But I'm like, you should be able to attach to the end of the nervous system. I feel like, but I mean, yeah, once you get, if you actually get good at it, what I don't like is people just try to go too fast, too fast. I'm just
That's
like,
where we're at in technology. They're
yeah,
just faster and faster and faster. And I think we're going to get to an interesting boiling point to
yeah.
where it's just gonna like people are just like, yo,
I mean, we just do crazy stuff. That's what happens. Like that's why they did lobotomies for a while because it was like, oh,
yeah,
we did figure out, we can touch. It seems like you're doing something smart because you've done something that no one's ever done before. But it's just like at the same time, no,
yeah.
you're operating beyond your level. Like that's actually one of the worst things you could do. Like that's what. That's anyway. The niggas who. That's what World War II was in part about. This is like
Yeah,
we don't want to get up to that.
right.
Um,
I got another
okay.
article. So this is from Science News Daily. So MIT physicists just found a way to see inside atoms. MIT
Mm.
scientists turn molecules into tiny colliders that glimpse inside atomic nuclei and possibly uncover why the universe exists at all. So this was just dropped on October 26th. So in summary, MIT researchers have devised a new molecular technique that lets electrons probe inside atomic nuclei, replacing massive particle accelerators with a tabletop setup. By studying random monofluoride, they detected energy shifts showing electrons interacting within the nucleus. This breakthrough could help reveal why matter dominates over antimatter in the universe.
Mm. Mm. That's a crazy one. That's a crazy one. All right. I mean, I could get. I've been researching a lot of particle physics, but I'm really about to take it slow because I told it sounds funny, but I told Chat GPT. I said, give me a list of. I'm starting with going back to linear algebra because I want to see the math behind some of this stuff. I told her, give me a list of YouTube subjects that I can watch, at least 100, that would comprehensively cover. And I think that's honestly the new university. Like, if people could just do that. The thing is, you have to know at least what you want to know.
Exactly.
I don't even think most people are thinking about what they want to know. You have to think about what you want to know and know that you don't know it, and then
Yeah.
figure out a way to know it. Because these days with YouTube videos, you don't even have to be serious. Just instead of watching random stuff for the next 10 years, casually watch videos about marine biology. Guess
Yeah.
what? You're about to be a marine biologist.
Right.
At the very least, you could have one of the top podcasts about marine biology.
Yep.
At the very least. So it's like whatever you want to get into, you can definitely get into in this day and age. But that makes me think because I've just been thinking a lot. I mean, yeah, the electron, any type of tabletop particle accelerator, super fascinating, super duper fascinating. But let's watch this next video.
Yeah, then we can wrap it up
Yeah. I'm gonna
with a full gangster hour. That's gonna be dope.
right.
Let me
We
add
go. I
this
still got
screen.
that post wedding busyness. It's still busy over here. A little bit. It's less busy. I'm thankful to be on the other side.
Right.
It's the composition. Killed it at the wedding, y'all. If you ever need anybody in a wedding, from being the MC in what was that?
Taz's.
South Padre Island, Taz's wedding, to Taj Rahor on Instagram, crazy black author, artist. to being a groomsman in my wedding. It was epic.
Thug life.
It was epic. My brain is only still at 40% recovering.
There's an artwork that can talk to you, listen to you, and react to your voice in real time.
What's up?
No screens, no headset, just a living sculpture. It's called Hollow Sculpture, and it's being called the world's first living AI sculpture. Built by Turbulence Lab and designer Hamza Kurbash, it merges art, sound, and artificial intelligence inside one physical object.
Wow.
Oh,
You
this is
speak,
dope.
and it answers. Your tone changes, and its visuals shift like a heartbeat of light. It doesn't just look alive,
Oh,
it
this is
feels alive.
really dope,
3
actually.
AI personalities live inside it, each with its own mood, voice, and rhythm. This isn't a hologram, it's a 4D anamorphic illusion. A trick of geometry that makes light move like breath. A sculpture that listens, learns, and performs. And if that's not art from the future, I don't know what is.
Oh, that's
There's an
fire.
artwork that can
Dang.
talk to you, listen to you,
Okay.
and react to your voice in real time.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's very cool. Yeah. It's really about time. I don't know why that wasn't already a huge thing.
Right.
That's amazing though.
I think we're getting more. And when I saw that, I was just all like, "Oh, what?" And then, like, I didn't watch it. I just seen like what it was called, and I'm just all like, "Okay, this is interesting." But seeing it and how it's interacting, I'm just all like, "Oh, that's
Subscribe just for
actually that's actually really, really freaking dope." Like,
That is fire. I can't wait. I really can't wait to grab one of those and to make. That's kind of what I want to do actually with like some of the future time machines. I feel like this early version, I'm really just playing with the concept of space, but to add technology to like holograms or different things that are coming up, because we're at the very beginning. I think like a lot of technologies are going to start coming around, especially if things get harder, which I think they are. Because yes, me. Economically, I think the world's in a crazy place, and there's going to be some corrections coming up. But I think it's going to be a great time for escapism, great time for art, because like having those few pieces, having some gangster pieces will really matter again.
right.
For sure. I love that one. Wow, for sure.
That was fire.
Yeah.
That's some dope tech. That's some dope tech.
All right,
right,
we did
you
a
got
solid
some-
hour here. Science Fair number 4. Some plugs.
Yeah, definitely.
Just head over to kenyo.org, guys. Project4.tv, www.project4.tv. That's actually more important. Check it out. If you
Make sure to
have extra
subscribe
time.
to his channel.
Oh yeah, subscribe. I have so many channels. Subscribe to all of my channels. And Blue Sky. I've been on Blue Sky lately.
Oh, okay.
Come
I have
find me
not
over
yet.
at Blue Sky. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of Blue Sky.
I gotta check that out. Y'all can check me out. dabtro.com, mrcomposition.bandcamp.com, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel Dabtro Creations TV and the Mr. Composition Music channel, y'all. This has been episode 4.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.